We are all connected, like tides around the world, being pushed and pulled by an unseen force that stretches out to the moon. So long ago, when gray skies were blue. Tomorrow, when there never was a today. So long ago, when gray skies were blue. I mean, really, what the fuck?
Y'all make sure you hit the thumbs up. You know the drill. YouTube really cares.
I was wondering, have you ever heard the term, wherever you go, there you are? So long ago, when gray skies were blue, and we are all connected, like tides around the world, being pushed and pulled by an unseen force that stretches out to the moon. It's the notion that something can happen to anyone, but you know what I mean. And if there is no tomorrow, then there never was a today. And this will plague you over and over. I mean, really, what the fuck?
Hey, Sports Prod, I'll go ahead and explain it for you right now during the intro. Usually when one team loses to another team, it's because they got beat. What is up, everybody? It is your boy, Pigskin Pete. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Thank you all for joining me on this fine Wednesday evening. Lots to talk about and nothing to talk about all at the same time. Of course, as you can see from the title of the video there, I want to continue a discussion or a debate I was having with somebody a couple of months ago about who this game means more to between Georgia and Clemson on September 4th. I think I've changed my opinion on that, given the recent events over the past few days. So we'll definitely talk about that. But of course, more importantly, this is a call-in show. If you want to call into the show, the number to call in is 864-207-4522, 864-207-4522. Let's do the pleasantries here. Of course, catch me every Monday on Uncle Lou's channel for the best show about nothing on all of YouTube, on all of the internet, as a matter of fact. The Lunch Money Show. Every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We show up like champions. And here's the key. We show up every week. That's the key. Make sure you check that out if you have not already. This coming, what's the dates on here? I forgot the dates. March 11th through 13th, Slob Olympics, the second annual Slob Olympics in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's going to be a ram jam good time. All of your favorite and most despised sports YouTubers will be there, and then some other people too. Just ask Raj. He'll tell you. He'll tell you. All right. Excuse me, guys. I'm running on fumes here. I'm going on about 3 hours of sleep. But since I am a true professional, I do show up for every show. No matter if I've had 1 hour or 3 hours or 0 hours of sleep the night before, I always show up and put on a quality show for all of you fine folks. Thank you all the people that have stopped in. Again, thank you to the join members as well. All the people that are they're members of the channel. I could not do the show without you. All the people that support the show through Super Chat or PayPal. You guys are the real champions of the Pigskin Pete YouTube channel. Thank you. Can't say that enough. So the debate I was having a couple of months ago, my original opinion on who this game meant more to was I was sticking with Clemson. Mainly because of the conference that Clemson is in and the perception of the ACC. Perception of the ACC is not good. We all know that. The division of the ACC, the Atlantic Division that Clemson's in, has even a worse perception than the Coastal Division does. You take Clemson out of the Atlantic, I don't know if you have an Atlantic Coastal Division winner in the ACC over the past 8 years. Well, at least 6 years. They won 6 in a row. Before that, it was Florida State. But I always thought it meant more to Clemson because depending on what everybody else does in the country, as far as the playoffs are concerned, Clemson could lose that game to Georgia and they would not have another quality win on their schedule. Now, we don't know what the team that faces most likely Clemson in the ACC championship is going to look like. All right, we don't know what North Carolina is going to look like. Right? If North Carolina rolls in there 11-1 or whatever, or 10-2, that would be considered a good win. Same thing with Miami. Now, Georgia, on the other hand, the SEC East is almost just as bad. I mean, they're not quite as bad, but they are almost just as bad as the ACC Atlantic is. I mean, outside of Florida, which is in most likely a rebuild year, the rest of the East is crap. South Carolina's terrible. Tennessee's terrible. I mean, what are we looking at as far as good wins out of the East? Kentucky? Is that considered a good win for Georgia? I guess it is. I mean, I guess you could say Kentucky's as good or better than anybody else in the ACC outside of Clemson or North Carolina. Missouri? Stop it. So Georgia's out of their cross-divisional game with Auburn, another team in a rebuild. They just fired their coach for a reason. You don't go around firing coaches and paying $20 million buyouts if it's a good team. So I don't know how good of a win that is. So my point here is, given the lights of the recent events with them acquiring Derion Kendrick and Eric Gilbert, all you got to do is go on the internet and tell Georgia fans will tell you that they have the most loaded team in the country. I'm not going to argue with you that they have one of the most loaded teams in the country, but that raises the expectation, doesn't it? I think it does. And if Clemson were to lose to Georgia, I mean, if Georgia were to lose to Clemson, I mean, then they have to win out and they have to beat Alabama in the championship game. I think Clemson can lose, probably. Again, this depends on what happens in other conferences. If you have a bunch of, other conferences where there's undefeated teams going into the championship game, then that leaves Clemson on the outside looking in, just due to strength of schedule alone. But if Georgia loses to Clemson and Alabama, I don't think they have a chance to get in. So I think all the pressure is on Georgia now, where I wouldn't have said that 2 months ago. But I was curious. Whether or not the acquisition of these great players for Georgia through the transfer portal, on top of the great recruiting that they've been doing, how loaded they are. I was curious on how that would affect the Vegas line. Do you think that the line has changed in the past 2 days? Clemson was favored by 3 or 4, depending on what website you went to, on what sports book you looked at. Would you think that with getting Eric Gilbert and Derion Kendrick that Georgia had moved up in the point spread? Would you think that?
Wrong.
Nope. I wonder why that is. Now, I have a feeling by the time the game is kicked off, I mean, we still got 4 months, that the game will get closer to 2 or 1 point. But just those acquisitions alone did nothing to move the line. Nothing. All right, let's see who's in the chat here. And then, of course, we'll get to the phone calls, because that's why everybody is here. Nobody's here to listen to my rambling for 2 hours. And they're definitely not here to look at my ugly face. Jerome shit-talking Pruitt's here. Ray Finkel's creepy bedroom. Traveling Fool says, yo, 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 yo. Matt Dummett. Tiger Nation. What's up, brother for life? Dennis Wilson says, are all Clemson fans like Monkey See, Monkey Do, just asking for a friend named Uncle Lou? Well, what are you, a rapper now? And I have no idea what you're talking about. The only monkey that you're looking at is this one, right here, Pigskin Pete. Sports Prods, Christopher O'Connor, Kyle Papik. D4 Sports is here. Knoll Squad. I love when Florida State fans show up. Need more of them in here. Something tells me if Florida State wins 10 games this year, I'll see a lot more of them in here. So that just means that you're a real fan, sir. Although there is no such thing as a fake fan. I'm not the fan police.
Warning. Fan police en route.
Mike Vick is here. Tiger Baskins. What's up, buddy? Rob Dog says, geez, only 9 people in here. I don't know. You must have went to Georgia. Looks like to me like there's 33 people in here. So, and that's probably 33 more people than I expected to be here. So, how about that? Michael Hogg is here. What's up, buddy? Samuel Peete. Jeff Webster, J-Dub. Running on empty. Crimson Brave. Falcons 10-20. Congrats on winning the Athletic Candy Conference. Yeah. Thank you for that. BVD. Big Vol Daddy is here. It says, Pete, we are no longer friends. You just reduced us to friendly. When did I do that? When did I reduce us to friendly? I can't be held accountable for anything I say at any given moment, on any given day, of any given year, of any given decade. Ever. Somebody else said it. Nick Blankenship says, came from Uncle Lou. Good. I'm glad to see that my collaboration with Uncle Lou brings some people over here. David Stein, Wisconsin Sports Fan 100. BVD with the friend thing again. Pete, your mere friend BVD is here. BVD, you are my friend, sir. SO Mafia, Nate the Great. Alan V. Troll Patrol. UGA lost another DB today. Kirby is going shopping. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I believe you. You don't need any more DBs. You don't need any more. Shit. All right, let's get to the phone lines here. What's up, your own Pete?
Hey, what's up, Pete? This is Mike Vick.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about you?
Well, I'm amazing and fantastic. A little bit tired. Outside of that, I'm okay, though.
Well, that's good.
Yes. It is good. Any day above ground is good.
Yep. Yeah, facts. Yeah,
Facts.
facts. So anyway, I wanted to ask you about my mom, Derion Kendrick. If you think that was a good pick, a big pickup for us.
Yeah. Well, I did a stream about this a couple of weeks ago, and I told you that he was going to Georgia. It was just a matter of time. And yes, he's a great player. I mean, he came out of high school as a 5-star. He wasn't, he was a 5-star athlete. He was a quarterback in high school, won a couple of state championships. And, of course, when he came into Clemson, Trevor Lawrence was coming in, he had no shot at quarterback. They moved him to wide receiver. He played one season at wide receiver. Clemson's wide receiver core was so deep, he didn't do much at that position. They needed defensive backs, and he's such a great athlete, they moved him to defensive back. So he's been playing defensive back for a couple of years. He's been what you would expect from a guy who's only played defensive back for 2 years, right? He's had some really good games, and he's had some games where he got absolutely destroyed and torched. I mean, just go. Here's what I tell you to do, all you Georgia fans, and I'm not hating on the guy. I think he's a great player. I wish he was still played for Clemson. So I'm not saying, I'm not one of these guys going, oh, we don't need him anyway. He's no good. I'm not doing that. Okay. What I'm saying is just go back and watch the Sugar Bowl this past season against Ohio State. Chris Olave put a clinic on his ass. But as far as Georgia's concerned, they have similar issues to Clemson, is that they're probably the weakness of their defense is the defensive backfield. And so, yes, he will help build some depth at that position. So he's a good player. Now the off the field issues is a whole different story. You know.
I heard that that he wasn't going to class. Is that true?
Yeah. So there was a few things. He had some suspensions over the past 2 years. He was suspended from some games, allegedly for failing drug tests for weed. Grades weren't great. Missing class a lot. Now, after the fact, there's been some rumors that he left campus and wasn't reporting to class because apparently he has I don't even know, a son or a daughter that was sick, and so he left and went home. I don't know if any of that's true. You know, half of what you read on the internet's bullshit, and the other half you don't even know, who's reporting it is correct or not. The bottom line is, the guy got a million chances from Dabo. He eventually got cut from the team, and then here's what a lot of people don't understand: he didn't get cut from the team for getting arrested. This is what I keep reading. He got a cut from the team for getting arrested for falling asleep in a car with some weed and a gun. Right? No, that was after he got cut. That was literally like 2 or 3 days after he got cut from the team. So he got cut before that. And I don't even, I'm going to be honest, I don't even know legally what's going on with that situation. I don't know if he's, and I don't know if there's any sort of NCAA suspension for that, if it's just a team deal. Like, I'm assuming he's able to start day one against Clemson. I'm assuming that. I don't know. So he's been look, the bottom line is he was a bit of a problem off the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's why we need to legalize weed.
Well, that's a whole nother stream, isn't it?
Yeah.
Vic?
What is your opinion on weed legalization?
Well, I don't know if I want to go down this rabbit hole. I don't understand drugs being illegal in the first place, but I'm not a drug user, but I'm an individual liberties person, if that's what you're asking. I think people should, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, you should be able to do what you want. It's supposed to be a free country, as far as I know.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with people smoking weed. It's silly. But the bottom line is there's rules in place, and the players know the rules, and if you break the rules, then it's just like anybody else. Yeah, you suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
Judging from some of your old videos, you definitely don't have a problem with people smoking weed.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah, Traveling Fools brings up a good point. He says, sounds like Kendrick would be a good guy to party with, though. Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't dislike. I listen. All joking aside, I mean, I know that it'd be fun for me to come on here and talk shit about Derion Kendrick. I like the guy. I wish him the best. I hope he gets absolutely destroyed week 1 against Clemson, but I'm rooting for him to do well. I mean, he played at Clemson for 3 years, and like I said, he had some really good moments. So I don't dislike the guy, and I certainly don't look down on people for making mistakes, especially in college. When I was that age, I was making more mistakes than that. So I'm not going to sit on my high horse and judge people. Right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so the name, the name of the game that we're playing in, they're calling it the Duke's Mayo Classic.
Why are they calling it that? Is that the sponsor?
I don't know. I guess it was sponsored by Duke's. Yeah. There is that. Yeah, they have a Duke's Mayo Ball. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they have a Duke's Mayo Bowl in Charlotte, but that's a bowl. That's not a regular season game. So anyway.
Right. Yes. So anyway. Yes. I wanted to ask you. The game's a little far out, but I wanted to ask you how you would feel about a mayonnaise-related bet.
A mayonnaise-related bet. Oh, with who? With you?
Yeah. So what I was with you. Yeah. So what I was thinking was that the loser has to eat a jar of Duke's mayo.
Oh, look. I'm not trying to throw. I'll throw up. I don't like these bets where you make yourself sick.
Oh yeah, the food type bets.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I understand. If you don't, if you don't want to do it, then I understand.
Well, there's like maybe one or two reasons ever that I would eat an entire jar of mayonnaise, and Clemson losing a football game isn't one of them. You know, if somebody said they were going to kill me if I didn't eat had a gun to my head and said you got to eat a jar of mayonnaise or I'm going to pull the trigger, that'd be one reason.
Okay.
And there might be one or other two reasons that are extremely important, but Clemson losing a football game does not fall into that category. Now, if you want me to smear Duke's mayonnaise all over my face or something, that's different. That won't make me sick. That'll just make me look like an idiot. Something like that.
Okay.
And I don't even really like mayonnaise that much, so I'll definitely throw up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Ray Finkel's house says mayonnaise sucks.
I'll eat it in small quantities. I'll eat pasta salad, potato salad. I'll even put some of it on a sandwich sometimes, depending on what it is.
Yes.
But I'm not like some of these fast food restaurants you go to and you get a burger or whatever, and they just put like globs of that shit on there. It's disgusting. It's oozing out of the side of the sandwich. Ugh. No, thank you.
Yep. BVD says ketchup shampoo bet.
Well, maybe if Heinz was the sponsor of the game, that might make sense. I don't know where he's getting.
As we could do mayonnaise shampoo.
Mayonnaise shampoo. Now that might be something. I don't know. We'll come up with something.
Right.
We'll come up with something. Something mayonnaise related, but eating a jar of mayonnaise isn't happening. I can just go ahead and tell you that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So think on that, Vic. All right.
All right.
All right, buddy. I thank you for calling in. The great Mike Vick, everybody. What's up? You're on with Pete.
Hey, Pete. Tiger Ball.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
I'm amazing and fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Of course you are.
So what you got for me tonight, buddy?
I don't know about all that mayonnaise talk before I got on here. I don't know about all that now.
Yeah.
That stuff is disgusting. So
yeah, you have the same taste buds as me.
yeah, eating a jar of mayonnaise sounds like possibly the worst thing I may have ever experienced in my life. So I would go a hard no on that one.
Yeah, I don't do anything that makes me throw up on purpose.
Yeah, no, definitely not on purpose, for sure. But, I mean, the elephant in the room, I guess, for us Clemson fans and Georgia fans alike is, Derion Kendrick. And like you were saying before, I wish him the best. I really do. I got no hard feelings for him. Dabo speaks, highly of him when it comes to, him as a person. He's made some mistakes, obviously, at Clemson. That's why he got dismissed from the team. I mean, you don't get dismissed from a team for nothing, especially when you're a player of his caliber. But like you say, I hope he miserably fails in week 1 and then has an All-American season the rest of the way.
Yeah. Outside of a few, fans that just think that, anybody who's not on the team is a terrible person for whatever reason, most people are rooting for the guy to do well, outside of week 1.
Yeah. And that's what I think. Like, I don't get these Clemson fans out here. First of all, I'm speaking to some of these Clemson fans that are just haters of anyone that's not on Clemson's team. Like, that's not who I am. Like, I'm a college football fan first and foremost. Yeah, I'm a diehard Clemson fan, and I always will be, and that'll never change. I hope we win every game from now until this human race ends, right? But I mean, at the same time, I mean, these people online talking about, oh, well, we didn't need Derion Kendrick. He ain't any good anyway. Like, come on now. Like, that's just not true. He's a great college football player. I mean, we know this. And we could have used him this season. However, whatever the case may be, things happened that he got dismissed from the team. And, it is what it is. We got to live with that. But to sit here and say that, we don't need him and we don't want him anyway. No, of course we wanted Derion Kendrick on the team. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, well, there's two sides to this. From a football standpoint, he can start for any team in the country. So
absolutely.
So to say that
he was one of the top transfers in the country.
For anybody to say you don't need him, I mean, there's 130 other Division I teams that disagree with you because they would take him in a heartbeat, and Georgia's the one that got him.
Exactly.
Now, but I do understand. I do understand
his recruitment.
I do understand the people that say we don't need him in the locker room if he's
No, yeah. Absolutely.
If he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing off the field. I mean, I can get that. I get that side of it.
Yeah, and to speak to that, like, he wasn't kicked off the team for, he made one mistake and Dabo Swinney just kicked him off the team. That's not the case.
Oh no.
I mean, he missed several games last year due to disciplinary reasons, and we'll never know the details of those things because Dabo's not going to come out and Clemson's not going to come out and give the details of those things, and neither is Derion Kendrick, and why should he? And why should Clemson? But I just like some of the people out there saying that he's no good and they hope he fails. Like, I just got a problem with that. I wish him the best. I wish it would have worked out at Clemson with him, but for whatever reason it didn't, and we just got to move on, so.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
But in the same breath, we're definitely beating the Dogs week 1. So, I mean, they can have Derion Kendrick all they want, but they can't cover our receivers. So,
well, I tell you one thing: Tony Elliott is going to target Kendrick in this game. I think he's going to.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to target.
And it's not because Kendrick's no good. It's because
DJ is going to target him as well.
Nobody knows Kendrick better than Tony Elliott. I mean, goes against him every single day in practice for the past 3 years. And he knows what he does well. He knows what he doesn't do well. He knows what coverages he's not good at, what coverages he's good at, and he can exploit that. Now the
Right.
flip.
It's kind of that double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
Derion Kendrick knows the defense in and out,
Exactly.
but our offense also knows Derion Kendrick in and out.
Yeah. Right.
Everybody's got their weaknesses. So, with that said, it's kind of an even playing field, regardless of the way you look at it.
Here's the one thing I'll say: it's going to add another storyline to the game too, which is exciting. Leading up to the game,
like it needs another storyline.
yeah,
right?
I mean, it's already the biggest week 1 game there is, but that just adds another storyline to it.
Honestly, I think the Georgia Clemson game is it might be the biggest game of the year, minus the playoffs, of course.
Yeah,
but it might be the biggest game of the year.
There's a bunch of other big games during the year, but it's definitely the biggest week 1.
There is,
game.
but it's an old school rivalry that's kind of been reignited due to Clemson's our success over the past 10 years and Georgia emerging and all these things
Wait, over the past 10 years? I thought people have been telling me Clemson only got good 5 years ago. You're talking about 10 years.
Definitely 5 years ago.
Well, that's what people have been telling. You know what? People have been telling me the past 5 years for the past 5 years. And next year, Clemson can win a natty again this year.
Yeah,
next year, Clemson's still only be good. 30 years that could go by. Clemson's only been good for 5 years. That's the year
we've only been good for the past 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
From now until eternity, regardless of how good we are,
Because the only thing that makes you good is winning a national championship. Otherwise, you're no good. Going by that standard, Georgia hasn't been good for 40 years.
Yeah, Georgia has no clue what it's like to win a national championship. I mean, 90% of their fans alive haven't even seen Georgia win a national championship, so they might want to just sit down and learn a lesson.
Yeah. All right, buddy. I need to move on, but I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, it was good talking to you, Pete. Love the show, and keep doing what you're doing, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Here you guys have a Tiger Paw. Craven calling in. Hey, Tiger Baskins, I see you on the line, buddy. Just hold on. This other caller's been holding for almost 30 minutes. I want to get to them. What's up? You're on with Pete.
Hey, good evening, Pete. It's Edward. How you doing on
What's
this
up, Edward?
awesome Wednesday night?
What's up, Edward?
Nothing much, Pete. Do have a question I'd like to ask you, and that is, do you think Virginia Tech will give Miami a run in the ACC Coastal?
No. I don't have faith that Virginia Tech will make any sort of run at anything. I mean, plus you conveniently left out North Carolina, which is who's picked to win the Coastal. So Virginia Tech would not have to just get past Miami; they have to get past North Carolina too. So best case scenario, and look, best case scenario is Virginia Tech finishes 3rd in the Coastal. I'm thinking more like 4th or 5th. Pitt probably had more wins than them this year.
So I might, all right. Would you like to hear my impression of a scarecrow?
Yeah, go ahead. No, but yes.
And at the end of fear, oblivion.
Thank you, Edward. No comprende. No speaking English. What's up, you're on Pete?
What's up, Mr. Pete? This is Tiger Baskins. How are you, buddy?
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
I'm good. Edward, as always, whether he speaks English or not, he still makes me laugh for some reason.
Yes. He's a funny guy.
So anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. So yeah, dude, I heard the Tiger guy about the Clemson Georgia game, and I have to agree. I'm a huge Georgia fan, but as much as I want to win this game, I do believe it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a 35-7 win.
I don't think anybody thinks that. Outside of the complete homers on both sides. You know, I mean, all you got to do is just go to whatever, Facebook, Twitter. You'll see Clemson fans saying, "Oh, you know, Clemson's going to win the game by 40 points." Same thing with Georgia fans. You know, Clemson's got no chance. Trevor Lawrence is gone. Travis Etienne's gone. Georgia's going to destroy them. I mean, for some of these Georgia fans, they act like they got the '85 Bears defense or something. You know, that Clemson's not going to score a point. I mean, come on.
I agree. I watched the spring game. I probably watched y'all's spring game twice. DJ, however you say his name, is a freaking beast. Like,
Well,
I
he's
enjoyed watching that.
He's favored second in the Heisman odds for a reason. Now, that doesn't mean anything.
Wow.
But
I didn't know.
yeah. No, I mean he's one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the country, no matter which way you slice it. Period.
No, you're right. You're right. I know that this is the first time Georgia's had a good quarterback, so that's why I'm kind of excited is we finally have a grown man passing game and throw more than just 5-yard slants and run the ball 50 times a game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, JT Daniels is the best quarterback you guys have had in what, 6 or 7 years? As far as moving the ball downfield.
ever. I don't know who you would compare him to. I can't think of anybody we've ever had. And don't say Jake Fromm. Please do not say that.
Well, I'm not gonna say that. Wide receiver position looking really good. Obviously, tight end position. Now you got depth by getting Gilbert. You already got a really good tight end. There should really be no reason why Georgia should be averaging a minimum of 30 points a game this year. A minimum.
Agreed. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Just too many weapons in the field. Way too many weapons on the field. And what you did last year, you have all these guys coming back. I'm really impressed, but I guess I'll get your opinion on this. I know Trevor is gone, and you guys have the banjo at quarterback, the ukulele.
Mm-hmm.
What about running back? I know you guys have depth, and I know you guys recruit well, but who is going to be 1 or 2? Or do you know who the starting running back will be? I guess that's what I'm asking.
I'm sorry. Say that again. I didn't hear you.
I said, do you know who the starting running back is going to be? I think that's my biggest question with Clemson.
Well, we don't know. There's a couple. We have a 5-star true freshman, Will Shipley. I'm expecting I think he's probably going to be. I think he's probably going to be the starter. There's another guy. What the hell is this guy's name? I saw him in the spring game. He was the best player on the offense in the spring game. He came out of nowhere. He's huge too. He's like 6'3", 240 or something.
The guy from Cedartown.
Yeah. What's this guy's name? I
forgot.
I'm just having a brain fart. Can't think of his name. He played really good. Those are going to be that's going to be the Thunder. You remember back with Spiller and Davis back in the early 2000s. They were called Thunder and Lightning. That's what they're comparing these guys to. You got the bruiser, run up the middle guy, and then Shipley is sort of the all-purpose speed back, sort of like Spiller was.
Well, and that's what makes you guys unpredictable. I think that's why this game is so hyped up is we know Clemson is good. We know they have a good program, but at the end of the day, it's hard to be able to predict what's coming because even though you've reloaded, we're the first game. We don't get to see your first game or second game and get prepped for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the same for both teams. You know what I mean? So it's an equal playing field there. Here's the one.
True, because we only got 4 games on JT Daniels.
Here's one advantage I do give Clemson, and people could take it for what it's worth. And I said this a couple of months ago too. Is that Clemson's defense got completely embarrassed in the Sugar Bowl, and giving Brent Venables coming off of a loss and embarrassment like that, having an entire offseason to prepare his defense for a big game week 1. The chances that Brent Venables' defense looks as bad as it did in that Sugar Bowl game, back-to-back games with an entire offseason, is very slim. Plus, Clemson's defense is just going to be, more experienced and just better all around this year than it was last year. And listen, you got to give credit to Ohio State too. I'm not just saying that Clemson's defense played bad. I mean, Ohio State played amazing in that game. But I'd be surprised if you see a Venables defense get burned twice in a row like that, back-to-back games.
And I know I give Clemson crap, but Ohio State does have the number 1 and 2 receiver coming back this year, and they had Justin Fields to go with that. So we knew they were good, but I think they just kind of put it together that game. But I agree, dude. I think Venables is coming with a vengeance, and I'm super, super hyped up about it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll be there.
Man, look, you said hopefully what?
I said hopefully I'll be there.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you guys have to – I know you can't go live the whole game, but every video that y'all do from when y'all are at the game, I love it. Because, we see you guys in your normal place all the time, but when you guys are out and about, it's like, pigskin Pete on the prowl. Like, it's really exciting to watch that kind of stuff, too.
Yeah, if we make it to the game, we'll be doing some videos for sure. No doubt about it.
Well, yeah, man. I will let you go. Let you get to the next caller. Awesome as always. I know I said I'd send you an email. I'll send you one tonight about trying to be a host or whatever. I like the show. Definitely want to be a part of it.
All right, buddy. Yeah. Just email me. I'll get back to you.
All
right, buddy.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
See y'all. Bye.
What's up, y'all, Pete?
What's going on, Pete? It's Golden Blue Dude.
What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. Not much. Decided to catch your show, and it was a good time to call in. Seems like your phone lines are nice and open for me to call in, so I was like, I'm going to give it a go. So what's going on with Georgia? How are they getting all these transfers? And in my opinion, I think this eliminates any excuse for them to not make the playoffs. Like, they have zero excuses now.
Well, I can think of one excuse.
Well, I know the excuses are coming, but
I can think of one main excuse. I can think of one main excuse. That excuse resides in Tuscaloosa.
That's true. That's true, Nick Saban. But
I mean, technically, technically, Georgia could lose. Now, if they beat Clemson, they'd have to go undefeated and then lose to Alabama in the SEC championship, and they could still get into the playoffs with one loss only being to Alabama. But again, going back to I don't know if you were in here at the beginning of the stream, but I was talking about, who could afford to lose the game and the scenarios that would play out as far as that's concerned. And I mean,
yeah.
Look, the bottom line is that's the hump that Georgia's not been able to get over. And that's the hump that, Clemson's not even in the SEC. They're in the ACC, obviously, but they've been able to beat Alabama twice in the past 5 years. Something Georgia has failed to do on multiple occasions.
And I think that's what I was trying to say, though, because, to me, I don't even look at Georgia's schedule. I don't care who they're playing. With what I see, their roster, they should, and I know it's completely different than reality, but they should be able to beat anybody in the nation, including Alabama. I think the excuse is the coach, because they have the talent right now, and Alabama is reloading. They always do. But what they had from last year, as far as that talented offense, went to the NFL. So they get great recruits, but this is the year to catch Alabama if Georgia was going to do it.
I agree with that. And they've set the bar and the expectations so high based on their roster this year, and plus having JT Daniels. They have set the bar so high that I believe. Nobody's expectation should be to win a national championship, at least in my opinion. Now, there might be some Alabama fans or something out there that disagree with you and say they expect to win a national championship every year, but that's a ridiculous expectation for any team. But if this were the year, based on expectations, I would have to agree with you that with all the hype surrounding Georgia and Athens right now, that this should be the year that they get it done if they can.
Yeah, I'll leave with this last comment. I think that Georgia's biggest problem is Georgia. I think, honestly, that's the only thing that I can see that stands in the way of Georgia winning a national championship this year, even above Alabama.
Well, again, there's a couple of other teams that have something to say about that. Clemson was number one, and of course Alabama also.
Yeah, but man, they are loaded. I've never seen a team be able to gather. I mean, they've hoarded talent. I've never seen this happen. I've seen Alabama have great teams too, but Georgia is they're bringing them in this year. I've never seen this happen.
Yeah. Well, they've been doing it for years. I mean, this is not.
All right, man.
This is not new. They've been doing this for the past 3 or 4 years.
Well, that's true, but it seems like this year's like the culmination. Like this is when, it all comes together. So I'm interested to see if Georgia does indeed fall flat on their face, what Georgia fans are going to be saying.
Yeah. Right.
But hopefully we'll all get to go see that game because I'm looking forward to that. I want us all to be able to go and watch that. I'm a neutral person. I'm not a Georgia or Clemson fan, but that's a game I want to go to.
Yeah. Hopefully we can make it happen.
All right, man. I'll hop off here and let other callers jump in.
All right, buddy.
I appreciate you letting me jump on.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Gold and blue dude, everybody. Unfortunately, folks, I'm going to have to shut things down here. There was a few people on hold. I apologize. I really do. I appreciate everybody that takes the time to call in. But I've got to head out. Duty calls, unfortunately, for me. Anyway, I want to thank everybody that showed up tonight, all the people that called in, all the people in the chat. Had some great calls tonight, like always. I will be back on Friday night at 10 p.m. for the next edition of the live call-in show. I may have a guest host, i.e. co-host, joining me on Friday night. We'll see about that. That might happen. Anyway, thank you all the people that stopped in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and share the video on your way out. I love all of you. Have a good night. Hey, I'm sorry I had to check out so quickly. Just had something come up. Kind of took my attention away from the stream for a second there too. But anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for checking in. Your boy, Pigskin Pete, is checking out.